Hi everybody, welcome back. Hope you're all keeping well. Now, when I was at the North Down Model Railway show there a couple of weekends ago, they had a flying display there. So what you're going to see now is some of the models and then their full flying display. So bear in mind, I'm not a BBC cameraman, so I've done my best trying to capture these small aircraft flying around in a school gym. So get yourself a cuppa, sit back and enjoy the show. Here's some of the RC model planes. Going to be showing you the whole flying show in a moment. You'll see some of these aircraft in flight. Millennium Falcon there. Even got a Chinook. And here's some of the bigger models. So they won't be flying these inside, but hopefully we'll just get some videos of them taxiing. B2 over there. And this is an F-22 or an F-35, I'm not sure. And we have a RC tank coming along behind it. And I'm being fired on. Well, we've got a machine gun at the front.
So the guys are out here, and we have a number of aircraft I'm going to show you for this last display. And so as I say, the pilots will have flying here today. It's always nice to know who the guys are flying. So we have Ray, Ross, Mark, and we have Morris and Jacobson in the background, doing all the maintenance and everything and keeping everything on the board. So it's great to have these guys here. And as I say, some of the pilots here are some of the best in all Ireland, so they are ever go flying. So it's really, really good to have these guys here. So what we have today, we're looking at different indoor models. As you can see, the guys here are starting to fly. And most people would say, how do you get started into flying really control? What you see here is a good way to get started. We look at small models flying about here. You see them hopping in and out. Very great way, they're very, let's say, cost-effective way of getting into fly model aircraft. The little green model is slightly more specialist type machine, so it is. But as I said, the little light ones are great for indoors. It's the sort of thing, a nice calm day, you can fly outside in your car if it's big enough. And yeah, it's very important that the young ones nowadays get in because we're the future of aeronautics in this country. So, as I say, what we have here, the two guys running out, this is just a bit of fun here. We're flying through the hoops. And let's see, I think that actually if you look at the crossing through, he's going to try it now. And of course, through, no problem at all. And Greg's going to go to the start. Is he going to do? Oh yeah, he's doing a limbo. And he's going around. And he's going to go to the same hoop. That's interesting. Synchro pair. And of course, that follow the leader. So these ones are a great way of starting to fly. And they're very cost effective and everything. Well, my advice to anybody who's going to pick up aerial flying is join a club. And there's lots of clubs under the Non-Aeronautics Association. They're all under the control of the British Model Flying Association. And there's many clubs throughout Northern Ireland who will welcome you to come, and you have years and years of experience and good people there to not only teach you how to fly on aircraft, but also give you all the advice and give you the best start getting into this wonderful lifetime hobby. And most people that do get into the hobby, like myself, I did it for 15 years. I know, look at them, I did it for 15 years. So, as I say, what we're going to get here is, we're going to get a couple of different types of aircraft coming in here. So the guys are finishing off. So we're now going to move on So you're going to see the different types of aircraft up here flying. Now, Mark is flying what we would call a traditional model. It's a highway model. I think it's a type of club. Again, it's a lovely, steady little airplane. It's flying about, lovely and smooth. Sometimes you can see flying at a few cars. And as I say, in the good hands of Mark here, he's flying at very scale-like, and it's just flying out beautiful. And again, these models are made of foam. They have a little motor in them, and they have one cell. So there's probably more foam, there's more power in your foam than there is in a model. And as I Mark's just flying around, we have a couple of other models that's going to come in, so we're going to show you the different types of models. So you start off with the little small models, you move on to a slightly different model. And Greg is showing you another model here. This is another type of cup. And as you can see, he's flying around very scale, just doing bigger bits around here. And this particular model here, you can actually add floats to this model. And on a nice calm evening, you can go onto the lake and actually fly off the lake, off the water. It's a beautifully modeled. A lot of these models are gyro stabilized. So that will help you. It'll not fly the model, but it'll keep it stable and gives you a chance to control the model. And it's all to do with road technology. Technology has come to a stage now where it's like so small and light that you can fly lovely scale aircraft, and these will fit in the shoebox, as you're going to see now. So Ross is flying. It's a Chasseur, and anybody doing the modern aviation would know that it's an American Chasseur, a fighter from World War II that was basically used in the Pacific quite a bit, and it was a carrier-based aircraft. Again, this model is a light foam model, very powerful, and Ross is just putting it through his paces here. And as you can see, it's just going around, and he's flying it just like the real thing, really. It would just fly about nice and easy around. And as you can see, this model's a bit faster than the other models because it is a fighter. So it has to be flown a little bit faster than the normal highway finish. So as it's going around now, you can see another one coming up here, and again, it's another wee warbird. And as I say, it's a good way of getting in, it's a cheap way of getting in to flying models into scale models. And here's another one. This is a P-51 Mustang. So these two models are from the Second World War. Again, Mark's line is another model, just whizzing it about there. And again, this is a very famous fighter. And it had a few problems in World War II. Then they changed the engine, they put the famous Merlin Spitfire engine into it, and the fighter became unbeatable. So one of the most famous is the Tuskegee Airmen who flew the P-51 called the Red Tails. And as I said, you can see this has a red tail, which symbolises that particular squadron. But again, it's a small foam model, and it just zooms about the hall here for you. Now he's coming in for a perfect land. And of course, here's another little model which everybody will recognise. It's one of the most famous aircraft in the world, a Spitfire. And as I say, this is even faster. Spitfires are built for speed, and this little model is no exception. It is you need to fly the model, constantly keep it flying, because if you take your eye off for 1 second, it'll go into the wall. So as you can see here, Ross is really coming through his paces, and these would have been these sort of aircraft you would see flying many years ago as a regular occurrence. In fact, there was one flying over Newton Guards, I think a couple of weeks ago, it was a Spitfire over Newton Guards flying. But as I say, Ross is getting this look so easy, but these little models are for the experienced pilot. And once you learn the skill to fly a model airplane, then skies are the limit. You can fly small aircraft, big aircraft, jets, everything. So he's coming in for the land, and there's Alan Morris, and then he takes the commentator with him, it's about to kick off, and everybody knows this. This is the famous mosquito. And as you can see, again, with the new military electronics, we can fly a twin-engine mosquito around the hall. And Morris was putting it through its pace, just like the real thing. And the real mosquitoes were so fast that the German fighters couldn't pass them. They were often they came in low over the ground and at high speed. And once the German pilots had spotted the mosquito, by the time they turned around to turn the mosquito was gone. The speed was so much, they were very impressive. And they were told they wouldn't want it because it was made out of wood. And they were very hard to shoot down because they were made out of wood. But as you can see, Morris has this lovely little plane, again, 2 little electric motors, all made of foam, very, very light. So as it comes in for a perfect landing, it is steep. We have another, this time we have a 4-engine plane, and again, a very famous model of the flying fortress, B-17, flown by Ross. So all the setups are similar, except this one here has 4 engines. So you see it's very stable, very light model, it has split-in stabilization, and it's a Ross fucker around lovely. And here in Northern Ireland, this was one of the main stationaries for B-17s in World War II. They flew the night of Lodge, and the aircraft were all converted, jacked out, and then they flew over the border bases in England, where, as I say, the 8th Air Force and the brave men all flew over into their missions. Quite a few had lost their lives. But this aircraft today, there's only a few flying, and every time I see one of these planes coming across the line, the noise, it always makes my heart skip just to hear the noise of the B-17. So this is a beautiful model flying here today. So and we're lucky that Ross is here to fly this. They come in for a lovely land, perfect land all the way. So, and this is what happened. So, as I say, we're still on the theme of aircraft. These are all smaller planes. Now, we're going to go down a couple of them. This is called the Beast. And Greg is flying to Greg, one of the top indoor aeronautic pilots in Ireland. And this model is a beast to fly. I would need to obey this model, but in the hands of Greg, no problem, as you can see. So, what have we got next? Slightly different, but again, in the good flying model. This is a Hawker Hunter 1950s jet. 110 the speed record, and this is a double fan plane. It's a little fan inside a housing. It turns at very high revs, and as I say, it's called a double fan or EF, rapid double fan. A Morrison with a lovely new flight here. This is taken from Depron. It's a very light model, but as you can see, it's very fast. And Hunters were one of the mainstay fighters in the 1950s and the early 1960s. Hunters were the main interceptor for intercepting Russian armies. And the one you have here, Morrison talked about the sky, and it's flying beautiful. So this is going all weekend. As he gets in for the one. Usually you see the smoke come out the back room. And before the red arrows off, which were called the black arrows. So that's off the red arrows off today. Clear reason was the black arrows were going for the Hawker. There's she was in for another black. Now, for all you young people, that recognize these, with the Russian drones, what we have now is Star Wars drones. So we have, as I say, TIE Fighter, and we have Lance Speeder, I think it is. And as I say, these are drones, these are all stabilized, and honestly, it's a great hobby. It really is a great hobby to get into. Okay, so helicopters. This is a small helicopter, as you can see here. It's a blade, we call it a blade, and it's a fully aerobatic helicopter, gyro stabilized, and it's absolutely mighty little helicopter and great fun. Flies on a single cell, comes with a little charge of everything. Yes, you have to learn how to fly it, but with the right advice, the right teaching, you can fly it. And you can do what we call 3D aerobatics, three-dimensional aerobatics. And it's getting lower, and normally we would say you south side is coming to grass, but we don't think so, it's surprising. But we have, here in Northern Ireland, we have some of the top helicopter pilots in Northern Ireland, and we have European, 10 times European champion here, and we have even one of the guys here today who is a top helicopter pilot, and if you'd like to see more of the bigger helicopters, just go down to the DELPH stand, and we have a couple of very big helicopters there, and they're competition helicopters, and Peter will be more than happy to show you the helicopter and everything and talk about it. But in here, we're always restricted what we can fly, so the little helicopters is the way to go. But again, they're great fun, and as I say, anybody can fly these with the right instruction, and as I say, a wee bit of time and a wee bit of patience, you can become your own helicopter pilot. And as I say, lots of sparks about having great fun with it, and it's just coming right down now for a perfect land right beside this one. And touchdown. As you can see, he really, really is something. And by the way, Ross here, not only does he fly he's a full-size helicopter rescue pilot. So he's out seeing the pilots every day. So he is. He still tries to land quite helicopters as well. So here comes Greg. This one is slightly different. As you can even hear, it's the head speed. This is a brushless motor. The head speed is very fast. So I will set back a wee bit on this one. And Greg is going to drive this about. And these are, again, highly aerobatic, little fun machines. But in the right hands, they have to be the right hands. Upside down and back again, and flip them back and forth straight over. And back again, and yes, straight up and down. Unfortunately, I'm not a helicopter man, but every maneuver has a name. Tick-tock, upside down, and everything. But I'm not a helicopter person, so unfortunately, I don't really know the maneuvers. But whatever it is, it's impressive. And as you can see, the movement up and down. Again, somebody said to me one time, could a real helicopter do this? And I went, no, it couldn't. But a model helicopter could do it. But that's not to say in years to come in the future, they won't have helicopter pilots doing 3D flying. Who knows? But I say, yep, and Greg comes in for what we really popular. But again, it's all about the fun. And again, when you get to this standard here of flying, it's all about concentration. You have to concentrate on what you're doing, because the fingers are always so. And that's another lovely, that's a lovely takeoff. So, on the theme of vertical takeoff, something slightly different. These are a mixture between an aircraft and a helicopter. So, it takes off vertically, it lands vertically, but it flies like a real airplane. Now, in here, we're very limited, but if this was outside, we take off, the rotors will then rotate into the forward position, and the back rotor shots and off the long goes, and it flies like a normal, really controlled aircraft. And they fly very, very fast as well. But I see Morris is just demonstrating the vertical performance of these things. And in fact, this is what's coming along. We're talking about this principle is what they talk about the taxis. So, and the future of, instead of having a car, you have a land car. And it's this sort of principle what they're talking about. And in Ireland, they're already starting to introduce this type of thing. So we're also coming up, this is a similar model to the multiplex one here, but again, also going up and he will show you going very well. So if the rules change, the orientation of the model will change, but it has to be very, very quick and increase the orientation of this guy. So let's start going forward, and as you can see, it is pretty fast, it's pretty under control at all times. And then you can see the rotors, you can actually see the river up, and there it goes, straight in, and it's into the river. And it shows you exactly how movable this model is. And as I say, the two rotors, then the rotors go forward, the back rotors stop. It stops activating. When it connects into horizontal, the back rotor will automatically start up and not give maximum stability. And as I say, this little model here is very fast. And also keeping it under a lot of control here because it is extremely fast. So it's a real beautiful flight. And as I say, you can see now there's not too many people to do this. Absolutely beautiful. And there it is driving around, very, very beautiful. And straight up into the horizontal, and then in the backward landing. And there it is. And you just start to bring it down for a beautiful landing just in front. So curl it and hold it out. Not sure what the passengers inside that plane how it would look. As I say, perfect landing, and he just forced the straps there.
Great.
Lovely. So now, this is a lovely aircraft. This is for my mark, CMD. This is a scale replica of an experimental aircraft that was came out in the late 50s, early 60s. And this was an aircraft that was tested for the military. And there is no plan because it was never actually taken by the military. The military just didn't have confidence in it because the higher jet and everything started to come in. So this aircraft was never used. But this is a beautiful model. And I'll tell you, the only model in Ireland of this year that it's a vertical. And you can see the whole thing moves. And Mark's going to show you the wing rotating. And so you're a pilot flying an airplane going along, and then you decide to come stop in mid-air, and the whole wing rotates upwards. As you can see, it's into a normal aircraft, and then the wing rotates back again into the vertical, and it comes back. And a lot of these aircraft were designed, of course, they said that the next week of the war, all our things were for Y-Ddraig. So they wanted aircraft that would land vertically, and the Harrier was up like a Harrier, and the default aircraft was and as I say, this aircraft watched and looking display, this aircraft should have had all lines, and as I say, it's a very rare, even in the model world, there's very few of these models that really guided people. So that's what I love this display. Brings it back towards himself for beautiful people. And it's a noisy aircraft too. And apparently the real one is very noisy. So, what have we got next? Oh yes. Now, they have this plane here which normally flies outside. But we're going to fly it inside. So I'm going to step back a bit because this thing is He's landing this model at the minute, less half throttle. So if he's outside, you can imagine the speed of this little plane that we're doing. And it is seriously fast. And you have to have very, very quick reactions to fly this little model. It's definitely something very good. But on the cable hands today, absolutely no problem. And as you can see, the package doesn't last very long because it uses a lot of time. So now we're going to move on to another, which I love, is these slow aerodynamic planes. Now, this called click is a very, very aerodynamic plane. And a lot of people go, oh my goodness, that is so slow. These planes are for top pilots. And this plane is used for aircraft, which is 3D plan, FPT plan. And they're designed to fly really slow and precision aircraft. So just like the full-size aircraft, they have a schedule. You go into a competition, you have a schedule, and you have to fly your schedule to perfection. And that's exactly the two guys here flying this, as you can see. The two top pilots going around, this is the two pits, and they're going to set them all on the wall. So this is how steady these things are. And there's one on the wall, and there's two on the wall. Yes, there you go. So the English fighters are all over the way. Come on, upside down. And as you can see, they fly so slow, very, very slow about time. The guys are in a single pair. Normally you will see the blue initials, the red arrows, one guy inverted, one guy up above. And that's a little bit of flying. Extremely difficult because remember the plane's always moving. But even in here, there's a wee bit of wind coming in and the plane will go up and the pilot has to pick it up when they're flying. So the guys got a beautiful display, and they're coming in as it's done so slowly. People think when you do these planes, the slower they are, the harder it is to fly. So another mistake, and I was here to pop on back there. But no problem, I just go on. The two guys are coming on a beautiful display. It's a place you have to go these aircraft where you have a wee bit of romantic and simple and good luck. And I'll say they're coming right there. Beautiful display, nice and slow. And in fact, a display like this was over at Scotland. It was the display that two guys who I think went through the line, and they were flying these type of planes. And they had the music and everything, the crowd all got up and cheered, and it was very, very impressive. Exactly what the guys are doing here. Very, very similar to this plane. And he's just coming down so gently. Beautiful aircraft, really, really smooth to fly. And here he comes down, and he's just going to come just a minute to the perfect now, and he's up. But very fragile, people don't realise. The guys here can pick all that off, but if you do, there's a lot of work to occur. Being so light, they're very fragile. They're just step on through, and they have carbon fibre rods in the overall. Nice, absolutely beautiful display as well. So, we come for something a bit more energetic. So I'm going to walk over here. Which is the safe part to be. And Greg's going to do a 3D display for us. So get ready to go. And this plane is amazing. As you can see, he's doing low circuits, he's doing up and over the top. So rolling the whole time. He just keeps going. And there's upside down, the aircraft just never stops. His hands, if you can see his fingers, they're constantly working. he has to concentrate very, very hard on the plane. And the control throws are absolutely massive for this discipline to do this. Full throws all the time. And yet it can fly gently around, but also can fly very aggressive in the configuration it is. These planes are for extremely professional pilots. And they fly all over the world and have the World Championships with these sorts of airplanes. So to fly to this standard, it takes hours and hours and hours. Now, Greg has your first pitch on the propeller. So it's the pitch on the prop, and he's reversed it, and so the model will fly backwards. And as I say, it's only in certain special models that not have one look. He's actually holding it, and the model's flying backwards. That takes a lot of work. In fact, there's some aeronautical pilots that are doing that with full-size aircraft, but only a few. And as I say, it's a very specialist part of our discipline of aeronautics. And as I say, Greg's working on a wonderful display here. So it is of precision 3D aeronautics. I personally don't know how to extract it, but I would have lost after 3 times. And he's just bringing it around, and there's it going around, and a rolling circle, and it is so beautiful, perfect. And that takes a lot of flying skill to do that. Night gauge, straight up, over the top, upside down for its spin, and as it brings it around into night gauge again, night gauge loop, and the model is constantly going. Thank you very much, Greg. That was good. Now, I'm going to pass over to Morris because I have to be my movement now, so I have to pass over to Morris.
Thank you very much, John. Thanks to folks who paid for the demonstration. Completely interested in the taxi format, because these things I think we fly out was far too heavy. They're powered by very large battery packs, so it's battery pack over 3 hour fire. These are ducted fan jets, twin ducted fans. This is the F-22, American design. These are folded roll carriages, steel landing lights, steel landing gear, which is retractable. People orders drones and four jets in the back with really ample lights. You can see what the pattern there. It's also has a very little wind to really backwards for pursuing the winds, for the sand, for landing, the fast speed maneuvers, which you actually use the extra swap back. As you can see in the demonstration, after the lights there, all the rest of them are up. These planes would normally fly for somewhere 70 to 80 miles an hour. Very, very realistic passing combat, and especially in the sky. Plus, quite crazy. The B1 here, you're probably talking quite a whole bit, the long thing here of 22, so all our large backgrounds to fly these planes. I was going to say about the batteries. Yes, you see the 2 orange packs sitting on top of the landing craft. These are the battery packs that power these planes. They're liquid brick. So if you ever do have an accident on these planes, unfortunately the battery pack will be more damaged than the actual crash. So this is display for the rest of the aircraft. That's demonstrating another nice moving back. As you can see, the scale, slow speed. You see the front cars on the doors closed. Quite a Now we're going to choose to prepare these fans. Don't blink. Good way to try to learn. Thanks for watching. Fans and these are anywhere between 70 and 90 millimeters in diameter, and you have two in each plane. So the party there is really something else. This is a demonstration of the landing on the bay. Still not a landing there because the weights of these planes is quite heavy, so you want to put this landing there. So it's good for that. Two flaps there, and some there, there. If you want to see the real thing flying on YouTube, what you can do is it's unbelievable, and you probably see by Greg's demonstration here, he's an excellent flyer. In all cases, in this particular plane, he's very, very good. There's not much you cannot do with this plane. Again, ideal for being flown indoors, and also because of the power and the relatively higher weight, can be flown outdoors without any machine. Mixers, every aerodynamic you're doing is something like this. Apart from flying backwards where you need a short the foam construction of this thing, by the way, is the DELPH foam, which is a very crash resistant foam. It's a habit of tearing as opposed to simply the DELPH foam, which is the later piece in the middle. So you have that resistance, and unfortunately the wall comes up with it. It's a very good display window on that grid. Okay, just to close off the show, folks, we're going to demonstrate our conversion technique. I think we're also at the Y-Ddraig over the past few days, so let's see if we can catch up. The patterns these days are very, very sharp, folks, so they will burst it in very easily. But it's a matter of getting the brain into the right orientation, sorry, not the brain, but the brain into the right orientation the first degree. It does require a mental skill using throttle management and your combination of elements. Ross makes it so simple, they do need folks that it's not. Two, very good. One, Greg, you've got catching up to do. Oh, Ross is with Henderson to do things in straight line, so he gets right from one and works his way down. One good, get one of these, come on. Two left, folks, two left. Oh! Who's getting the last one on the ground? Going to cross and lose over the goal. We're getting a little before. Oh, yeah! Very proud to have there you go, last one. There you go. Well, folks, we're going to have applause for the display test and all the people participating in this. I hope you enjoy it. If you did, tell others. If you want any information, you can contact us here or in the main stand up in the main hall. Hope you enjoyed it and hope to see you next year if you're about. Okay? Bye now.
I hope you enjoyed the flying show there from the North Down Model Railway Show. A big thank you to my channel members and patrons whose names will be scrolling here. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for me. Give me the thumbs up. Any questions or comments, put them down below. I'll pop another video here and here, the old subscribe button in the middle. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.